together, we will have taken a massive step forward in bringing our country together and silencing the voices of hate and division. A massive step towards continuing our nation's historic journey towards justice and equity and equality for all, and towards fulfilling the promise of America. Friends, sisters, and brothers, and siblings, and everybody, tell me again, when we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. Thank you all. Now I'm about to have one of the highlights of my life, and that is introducing a very good friend and an extraordinary leader. Through good times and bad, Senator Chuck Schumer has always been there for working people and unions. Always. He's part of this. Chuck, I have all these nice things to say, but I want to say one more. Brooklyn tough and Brooklyn smart. He's never been afraid to go to battle on our behalf with bullies like Donald Trump. Future Majority Leader of the United States Senate, United States Senator Chuck Schumer. Now first, please laugh at me. We have to have a moment of appreciation for Stuart Appleby. Because introducing me is one of the highlights of his life. He needs to have a better life. Anyway, seriously, I've known Stuart. Well, let me start by telling a story. So I ran first to the assembly when I was 23 years old. I practiced law for a summer in one of these big fancy law firms. I found I was pushing a pencil. I found legal work boring, no offense to the lawyers. And I was pushing a pencil for some fat-ass rich guy who I knew I wouldn't like if I ever met him. So the assembly district opened up in my district. It was controlled by a big corrupt machine that ignored what the constituency in the area needed. And I ran. The first day I ran, I didn't have much of it. No one thought I had a chance. First day I ran, I went into my local barber, Frankie. For those of you from Brooklyn, Stewart, on Nostrand Avenue, Frankie the barber. It's now Michael's, the Italian restaurant, but so be it. Anyway, I said, Frankie, he'd give me every haircut I'd had since I was a little boy. I said, Frankie, would you put a poster in your window? He said, sure, kid. And then he said, kid, I never told you this. I'm not only the local barber, I'm the local bookie. You're the 50-to-1 underdog. How much you laying on yourself, kid? But I worked and worked, and I won. You know why I won? There was only one group that was in my corner. Labor. Great labor leaders. Like Victor Gottfried, Morty Barr, and so many others rallied to my side because I came from a union family. My grandpa was one of the founders of the Paper Workers Union. He worked in the paper mills up in Utica, New York. And labor came to my side, and that night, in the Union Hall where we celebrated victory, I said to the members of the unions who were there, you, men and women of labor, were there when I needed you. As long as I'm in office, I will always be there when you need me. And it's you. And if we make you stronger, we will increase the strength of the middle class and have many more people get into it. And it's going to be led by great people on this platform. Let me thank everyone here. My dear friend Becky, do I love her, from NBN. Roxanne, you know the song? Roxanne. Roxanne from the Steelworkers. Grace Stiller. And your great labor leader, Liz Schuler. On to victory in November. And I know that April Barrett of SEIU is going to be coming on next. What a great union they are. So let me just say this. When we had the majority in the House, in the Senate, and with our great President Joe Biden, and let's have a strong round of applause for one of the greatest presidents we have ever had, and who did what's right for America, Joseph Robinette Biden. We have the majority. We have the most pro-labor 2 years that we've ever had. When those of you, when the Republicans said they didn't give a damn about public workers, we said we did, and we passed over $400 billion to help our public workers keep peace. When we knew that our arts industry was in real trouble, we passed the Save Our Stages Act and got $2 billion into their hands. When we knew that pensions of so many working people were at risk, a man came over to me in Buffalo. He's a big guy, twice my size. He had a lot of tattoos, but he had tears in his eyes. And he said to me, you know, they just told me I'm losing 90% of my pension because some financier invested in the wrong place and they want to make me pay for it. He said, I put in my money every few weeks. And I knew it wasn't going to make me rich, but I knew I'd get something. And right now, he said, my wife, I don't care about me, he said, but my wife, my 80-year-old mom, and my daughter depend on that pension. Please save it. The Republicans said no, we said yes, and we put over $1 billion into those pension funds and saved the pension of millions of working people. And infrastructure. Donald Trump kept saying, infrastructure week. He couldn't get his finger out of his to get anything done. But we did. We passed more infrastructure dollars than we ever had. And you know, we said every one of those dollars has to be done by union labor with PLA. And when we said the CHIPS Act, chips and science and all those nukes, we said stuff had to stop going overseas. One of the best things I ever did was vote against NAFTA and not let those jobs go overseas when I was a Congress member. Not only did we say the jobs are coming back, but we said the factories have to be built with union labor and the people who work there have to be union. And we did so much else. But folks, the most exciting thing we're doing is what we're going to do in November and then 2 years after. We're going to do two groups of good things. One, if you think we did a lot in 21, 22, in terms of helping labor, in terms of getting more jobs, in terms of everything that helps build the middle class, you ain't seen nothing yet. We're going to have even more dollars for all the things I talked about. We're going to improve health care. We're going to make sure we have more job training. We're going to support union apprenticeship programs. We're going to pass the PRO Act so you can organize. your help, and people on this stage and so many others, we're going to do so much. We're going to do another thing. We are going to beat Donald Trump and his vice president's candidacy. I don't even want to say the guy's name. I'll just say he's weird. But we're going to beat them by so much that Donald Trump is going to get on the plane, get on the train to Florida. He's going to go home, and he's never going to run for office or bother us. He's gonna not know how great, he's gonna see how great we are and we're gonna beat him. So folks, we have a great candidate. Kamala Harris was one of the great leaders in the Senate. She helped pass $35 insulin so that seniors could get it. And when we get back to Senate, we're gonna do it for everybody. We're gonna say that the pharmaceutical companies can't kick you around. We're going to make sure no one pays more than the total of $2,000 for all drugs. We're going to let them negotiate Medicare with that industry and get the cost down. We're going to make sure costs for energy go down. We're going to make sure that we have more money in our pockets. And we're going to make sure that that tax cut that Donald Trump passed for the rich is repealed and the rich finally pay. That's what we'll do under a great leader like Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. That's what we're going to do. This is going to be so much fun. This is such a happy convention. Yes. America is smiling from ear to ear because they know we're going to get rid of Donald Trump and they know we're going to do even more for working people when we win. So folks, let's hear it for winning in November. Let's hear it for doing great things the next 2 years. And let's hear it for sending Donald Trump way back home to Florida. And this is going to be one of the highlights of our lives, this great week. Thank you, everybody.
Our next speaker is a man who, in his own words, catches it beyond. He's a man who got rid of Joshua Barron.
Hi, Josh. Good to see you. Sorry, I'll miss you. Yes.
Oh, good, because mine's not a very good picture.
I got the whole video. It's all in our
Awesome. Cool. You guys don't have credentials for tonight, do you?
Yeah.
Do you think it's time to get in? I don't have any today. Because of Canada, they're not giving me any credentials.